You guys, I've been sitting here trying to do this intro for like the past 10 minutes and I just can't get it done. Oh my god. Hi everyone. So I'm pretty excited for today's video. If you guys can tell by the title of the video, this is a review of Anastasia's collaboration with Alyssa Edwards. She came out with a beautiful palette. I'm so excited. Can you tell? I can't even open my eyes. They're watering. They're actually watering because I have so much lash glue stuck in my eyes. That's besides the point. So before I get into this look, because this is the look that I created, I want to give you guys some details. You guys know when I do reviews, I love to be very informative and give you guys as much info as I have on the palette as I can. So I got the PR box in the morning. It's absolutely stunning. It's this big black box. It has these two lashes in the front. It's so pretty, and in the corner it says Alyssa Edwards. And then when you open it up, you have a customized handheld mirror with a fan and the beautiful palettes included. Now each of these items you can get them individually. The fan is $15, the mirror is $25, and the palette is $45. Now you can also purchase the whole entire PR box for $115, which is actually not that bad at all. And now going into the palette has 14 shadows, which is the standard for a lot of Anastasia's palettes. It has a lot of color. You can tell, and it's pink and it's so pretty. And the box has a beautiful message in the back by Alyssa. So the message by Alyssa Edwards says, "I don't get cute, I get drop dead gorgeous, and now you can too. My dream for this palette was to create a color story that will give you life. One that will bring out the inner beast in everyone, Alyssa Edwards." Which, by the way, the fan has the word beast on it, which is a word that Alyssa says a lot. So the box is a very hot pink. It's so pretty. And then again, it has the lashes and the eyes in the front of the box. And when you open the palette up, as usual, a lot of Anastasia's palettes have a small brush and the beautiful mirror and the plastic to protect the shadows. Again, it has 14 shadows. From what I read in the box, there is 3 pressed pigments, which is Texas Made, Dream It, and Believe It. I use all of these colors in the look that I will show you right now. And then the back of the palette, it says Always and Forever Alyssa Edwards. Now I do want to mention that the palette is cruelty free. The shelf life, or life shelf, you guys know I never know how to say that, is 18 months, and the net weight is 0.8 grams, 0.028 ounces, I believe. Yes, ounces each. Now I have the launches and all of that in the description down below, but you will get early access at DragCon LA the weekend of May 24th through May 26th. Now moving on from the palette, you also get an eye primer, which this is actually brand new from Anastasia. Now I don't know the price of the primer. I'm sorry. If she does come out with it, I'll make sure to put it in the description down below. But the eye primer has 15 milliliters. Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it. 0.5 fluid ounces. The shelf life, or life shelf, is 6 months, and it is also cruelty free. I'm sure you guys are probably curious to see if the eye primer is the same as the P. Louise. I do talk about it in the video, so enough with the talking, because I talk so much. We'll just get right into the video because I'm so excited. All right, you guys. So before I get into doing the eyes, I do want to show you Anastasia's eye primer up against P. Louise's eye primer. You can tell that the tube from the Anastasia one is a little bit taller or bigger. I believe that's probably because it has this part. This P. Louise one is a bit shorter. Now they do have the same product in them, which is 15 ml. I don't know how you say that. I'm not gonna mess it up. They both have 15 ml and 0.5 fluid ounces. Both of them do. If there's one note that I can tell you about the differences between the two, is that the P. Louise base is a little bit thicker than the Anastasia one. I already tried it on this eye. I'm going to showcase it for you guys right now. What I actually did is I put so much. Let me not, I'm so sorry. So I just put it directly on my eye, and then I went in with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, and I started spreading this product all around the eye, and you can see it starts to cover whatever pigmentation I have on my eyelid, and then it gives you a really nice clean base. You could also take a small brush, which I probably will. Also, this kind of sets pretty fast, so make sure you work with it quickly. Can you guys see me? Am I washed out? I'm a little washed out, huh? And the feeling is pretty tacky, which is nice. That means your shadows are gonna grip onto that. All right, so now you have a very nice clean canvas. So now the shadow that I'm going to take is Texas Made, and you can tell that she doesn't have fallout at all, which is actually really cool considering this is a very pigmented pink. And I'm going to stick her right here, and look at how pigmented she is. She is really pretty, and I'm actually using a flat fluffy M209 brush from Morphe, and it's so fluffy. It's flat, but it's fluffy, but you can use it as a blending brush, but also to pack on the shadows. And the reason why I wanted to use these packing shadows rather than like these fluffy blending brushes is because the shadows I noticed when I was applying them on this side, they're very pigmented, and when I was using them with these brushes, they started to dust away. So I rather use like these type of brushes and then pack it on and then do my blending motions, and you're gonna get the most pigmentation with this. I'm definitely gonna utilize the mirror because she's really pretty. So Alyssa Edward, if you do not know who she is, she's a very well-known drag queen. She's a performer and a business person. I also found out through one of the videos that she has her own like school, I believe, where she teaches choreography. Oh my god, I can never say it right. So I just wanted to make sure, like, when I was doing this video, that I found out information about her and I wasn't just like doing a video. Also her shadows, like every single name in this palette has a meaning, which I think that's really nice. I love when people get to collaborate with brands and, you know, the names on the shadows have meaning. I'm gonna put a picture up of it somewhere up here so you guys can see the names, and I just thought that was really nice. And it's always really meaningful when you have meaning to a palette, obviously. Then I'm gonna take the shadow Believe, and you guys can see I'm kind of dipping my brush in there and there's not any fallout. That's really good, you guys. And I'm gonna start sticking this shadow right next to the pink, and the purple is extremely pigmented. You want to be very careful and just pack on this shadow and then blend it into the pink so they can create a really nice gradient. I love this color combo. I've done it so many times. I'm pretty sure I have a video of it, like of this combo, on my YouTube channel, but I don't have a cut crease, so why not, right? Again, I am using a flat fluffy brush like this because I feel like it gives you the most pigmentation, and then just make sure you start blending it upwards as well. So I'm gonna grab a clean fluffy brush and start pushing this upwards and get a nice gradient, because you can see the color kind of got stuck right here. All right, you guys, then I'm gonna grab Dream It, which this one has a little bit of fallout, a little bit of kickback. I noticed that when it comes to blues, they definitely have a lot of fallout, and you want to be careful with this one because when I put it on my other eye, she was a little bit patchy. And I feel like that happens with blues a lot of the times because they're just so pigmented, so you want to be careful. I believe the blue in this palette is also a pressed pigment, so that could be the reason why it was having a little bit of trouble with it. And I can see that it got like a little patchy right there, so you definitely have to be careful with this. But so far the pigmentation is really nice, and usually pressed pigments are extremely like pigmented, and you want to blend it in with the purple. Okay, now I'm taking BBDC, which is this color right here. I just picked up a little bit of it, and I was just experimenting with this color because I saw it in the palette. I was like, why not use it? And I literally just put like a little bit on the outer portion, like right next to the blue, because when I cut the crease, it's gonna give me like this really like depth like feel to it. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I really wanted to add this color, and I'm pushing it outwards as well and just pressing it right here. Now these, I feel like these, you have to be very careful with them because they're extremely pigmented, and you can definitely get carried away with these. Go back in with the blue and then start blending that blue upwards as well. So now I cut my crease. I'm gonna go back in with the Anastasia primer, and I'm going to fill in my lid very quickly. I'll probably fast forward this part because it takes me forever to do it because I'm like super precise and clean. But this is all I'm doing. I'm stamping it out again. That way like my shadows that I'm gonna put right now will have something to stick on. All right, you guys, I cut my crease. It looks so good. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to take headliner, which is the white right here, and I'm very excited to put another white in a palette because the white from the Rivera palette is like probably the best white I've ever used. So I'm very excited to play with this one, and she's extremely white and very pigmented. And Anastasia, they do like a really good job with their white shadows, because I'm telling you, they're the best ones. If you can tell, look at how pretty and white this is. I'm just putting it at the top because I'm gonna put other colors as liner right now. So I'm just setting this, and that primer is pretty damn good so far. Okay, now I'm going back with that like aubergine color, this one right here, and I'm gonna give myself kind of like a wing outwards. Can you guys see? Oh my god, please, just like so. Bring it backwards because I'm gonna start like it's gonna be like a smoky type of thing, you know. Don't worry if it's not too clean. I'm gonna clean it up afterwards. So far I'm really liking the shadows. I feel like I did have a little bit of trouble blending like the blue and the purple, but blues and purples are so annoying to work with, and they're both pressed pigments, so that's probably why. Okay, then I really want to add the blue up here lightly, and this can be messy because I'm not trying to have like a super clean cut liner look. I'm using a pencil brush. This is from the Makeup Shack in the T65, and then because I really want to utilize the yellow, I'm gonna take Brick Road, and it has a little bit of fallout, and I'm gonna utilize that color and I'm gonna put it right at the top. I'm gonna bring it in. Oh, she's so pretty. She's very pigmented, and then pull her out just a little bit, but I want to keep her like in the inner part of the eye. It's like so. Oh my god, this color is so pretty. And then I'm gonna go back in with Texas Mode, which was the pink, and then add her there too. All right, you guys, I'm gonna put all of the colors that I used in like on the top right here on the bottom of my waterline, starting with, I believe it was BBDC, which is like the auburn kind of color. Oh my god, there's a fucking fly inside the room. There's always a fly inside here. It's just so annoying. Can't you just leave me alone? I showered, hence why my hair looks so frizzy right now, but I showered, I swear. Blending that outwards a little bit, connecting the two together as well. All right, then I'm putting the blue on there, blending it outwards as well and downward, and I'm just pulling my eyelid down, or right here, just down a little bit so I can put the colors just a little bit. I already have wrinkles anyway, so does it matter? No. And I'm always very messy when it comes to this part anyways, because I like when it looks like very smoked out. Now I'm putting the pink, and I'm gonna use headliner, which was the white, to pop this in my inner corner. And I'm telling you guys, the white in this palette is really good. It's just as good as Sales from the Rivera palette, and I really like it. Look at how white that is. Look at, you can't even see it because it's so washed out because it's so white, but it's really nice, and I really like this color. Then I'm gonna pop out my star, and boom. All right, you guys, so here is the close-up of the eyes. I am done. I added some lashes. I have no idea where these lashes are from, so please don't get mad at me. So let me close my eyes so you guys can see the final look. I really love how this came out. If you guys can see my eyelash glue, please, I mean, you can drag me if you want. Please don't, you know what I'm saying? But this is the final look. I really like it. I kind of regret putting that darker color at the outer portion because it kind of looks purple and then blue and then purple, which is kind of weird. But I mean, I kind of wanted to use a lot of the shadows in this palette, so yeah. All right, so for my final thoughts, I'm gonna go with like the things that I didn't really like first. So I did have trouble blending the purple and the blue. Now the purple and the blue in this palette are actually pressed pigments, and what that is basically they're like all like 100% like pigments, like they're super pigmented, so you have to be very careful. My best advice for that is using like flat fluffy brushes. This is the M209 brush. You pick up the shadow and you pack it on, and then you do very small motions of blending. So that's my biggest advice. Although it looks absolutely stunning and it's very pigment, just be very careful with the shadows. I had no issues with the pink. The pink is so beautiful and it's so vibrant. The other color at the end that I used, it's a little bit of a darker color. It's very pretty. It did get like kind of dark at the outer portion of the eye, but that's probably because my eye got very watery. The yellow is so pigmented. It's like one of the best yellows that I've used so far, so I really like it. And let's get into the white. Oh my god, I use white shadow in the inner corners of my eyes all the time. It's just my favorite thing to do. I feel like it really opens the eye, it makes your eyes pop. And using it on the lid as well, it's super opaque. I really like it. They make some of the best whites, because the white in the Rivera palette, this one right here, is my favorite white to use in all of my shadows, I mean in all of my looks. So in terms of formulation, it's really nice. Just be very careful with the purples and the blues. It can definitely get out of hand. I did not get to use the shimmers in the palette. Hopefully in like my next look I do that. Again, the palette had minimal fallout. The only one that had a bit of fallout was Dream It, which was the blue shadow in the palette. But that's about it. Also, I didn't use the black in this palette, but I wanted to talk about it because the black, when you swatch it, it has like shimmer or something in it. Like, it's very subtle, but I thought it was very beautiful. I can't wait to use it in another look, but it was absolutely stunning, and I thought I would let you guys know about that. As far as the whole entire palette, I really like it because you have like all of those pop of colors that you need. Like, Anastasia has really been coming through with her latest palettes, like coming through with color. It's just absolutely stunning, and I'm really glad that you have like a lot of color, but you also have these shades right here to like create like an everyday look. So I really like that. And plus, if you take a look at Alyssa Edwards' like aesthetic, she's very colorful, so obviously the palette was going to be colorful. So I'm giving this palette a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love it. Anastasia has really been killing it with all of these palettes. Like, the fact that she's actually listening to her consumers is really what makes me happy, because that's what a brand should be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted color, and she's coming through with all of these colorful palettes, which then brings me to the eye primer. I know that there was so many people asking Norvina for an eye primer, and she came through with it, and let me tell you, I really like it, and I'm gonna be using this. Like, I'm not using any other primer, I don't care. I really like the eye primer. I feel like it made the shadows pop even more. The box says the eye primer is in a light colored base, and that's true. I feel like when you have a lighter base, your shadows will pop more. Kind of like when you use a white base, your shadows, like, they pop a lot. She's a little bit watery, but she dries down, so you have to work with it really fast. As soon as you put it on, pack it on, and then boom, go in with your colors. I really loved cutting the crease with this. This was bomb. You guys saw how opaque this was. I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be a hit. You're gonna probably need 20 of these because they are so good. So this, I give it a 10 out of 10. Then as far as like the mirror and the fan, I thought that was really cool to add on to this collection, considering I've seen Alyssa Edwards with the fan a lot of the time, and I thought it was just beautiful. It's so her. And the handheld mirror, like, I'm not gonna even use it. I'm gonna put this on display. Like, it's so stunning. She really like did that with her collection, and it was very thought out, and I'm very happy for Alyssa Edwards. So this whole collection is so her, and like the fact that she put so much meaning into the collection with names of the shadows, it's just so beautiful. And I did watch the video with Norvina and her, and how she talked about her being a teacher and teaching choreography. I can't ever say that right. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful, and congrats to her. I really love this collection, and I hope that you guys go out and pick it up because it's absolutely stunning, and I think that you will really like it. So finally, I am done. I talk so much, I know, I'm so sorry, but you know, you guys know when it comes to reviews, I am very detailed. I have to be. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye guys.